Gotta get all the chat setups pulled out to make sure. Okay, and let's see. Alright, good. Yeah, everything seems pretty good right now. Could actually probably turn the game audio up a bit for this one. There we go. Palworld's not all that terrible in terms of settings. I never can get it doesn't seem like that's actually doing anything. Like, I still pretty much have to hold for every interaction that I've seen, at least. Okay. So what we got going on, because it's been a little while. What? Started the process of upgrading their beds. Because I just kind of like doing that at some point. Started the process of transitioning this from a wooden base to a stone base. And I have went ahead and added in this little upper layer here so that we can actually build the expedition station. I think I've got this up high enough. Yeah, I do believe this initial setup will get it up high enough to do that. If not, I can always just build another floor. So this is similar to what I've done with the last one, or my original base, but I'm not going to put quite as much into this one as I did the one on my other file. Let's just, you know what, let's hop over to that one real quick just to show people what I got going on that one. Because that's my main base in that game. Whereas with this file, I'm definitely going to use oh, no, this one, yeah. This one's set to have 22 pals per base instead of just 20, which is slightly above. That's what I've sort of found the maximum I can run on my version of the PlayStation to not get crashes. It may be a little stuttery when we... Oh yeah, that's right, I'm at Fabric Tower. Let's hop down here. Run back to the base. And that's a lot of things to do. And there we go. I think that's alright. No, that's not the right one. It's my mining base. Yeah. This one is that same base. Oh, I don't want... Here, let me... There we go. Okay, yeah, I was sitting in the dark. Okay, so this is the main base as it stands in my old file. So as you can tell, I've kind of got a similar layout going with the main base in the current file, except trying to match up more the levels with the building, rather than have the building kind of catacornered and have the levels off. But it's not going to have the same sort of level structure, because the only things I'm really going to add in there is some stuff that I need to for progression. My plan is actually to set up a main base over on one of these islands because I really like the way they are set up, and it'll be nice having my main structure be a double base area. I'm pretty sure the system will be able to handle it, at least to a degree. Although one will mostly be a production base and the other one will be like a breeding base. So it should be a little bit easier to handle, especially once we get to the in-game breeding stations where you can just plug your pals in and they basically vanish. It's interesting how many travel points they actually added into the game. Anyway. Worst case scenario, I'll turn down the total number of pals per base in order to get the double base setup to actually work out on PlayStation. But we'll see. I think it can handle it to a point, especially out on the island where you don't really have to worry about pals being loaded up in the distance all that much. Alright. So far, I've really enjoyed the 1.0 launch, which is one of the reasons why there's not videos for all the stuff going on in it, because I am largely just enjoying myself. Oh yeah, what all do I need to get this actually to upgrade to the next level? Expedition station's the last thing, so let's make that the goal for this morning. 20 cement and 10 wooden boards. Cement's probably going to be the problem. Not that much. Or not. I forgot you can make 2 at a time. Hold on. Did I ever finish the work suitability research? Yes. Charcoal. Sure, let's go do that one. You know, I like the concept of the research in this game. But we don't need to max that, but getting 100 would be good. Well, call from my significant other. Let's mute the mic. Alrighty. Oh, can't even. There we go. Now, at the very least, I can actually see the chats. I really wish. Huh. He must just. Oh, that's why. I forgot to redo that. When I was doing my rearranging. Let's see if it'll go right here. Nope, nope. That'll work. And that'll work. Nah, can't do that. Yeah, this is a little bit of a sloppy layout at the moment, but whatever. That way he'll be able to actually go stand next to his location when he decides to take a break. I think the one thing I really need to do for this fellow is instead of just forcing him to do that, let's take these two things off. And then we don't have to give him a fixed assignment. He'll just do both. Okay. And yeah. I'm wearing too hot of clothes to be over here. Hold on. Let's see. For some reason. Oh yeah, that's right. I turned off my monitoring feedback. Don't. If I think in order to give it medicine, I would need to have it in my thing. But there should be. I need to figure out where it's at. Well, let's grab some stuff first. Potato production line. Might as well grab that. Giga shield will be good. That will come in handy later, but we're going to hold off on that because we don't need it just yet. Assault rifles are nice. Fishing pond probably be decent. That's a good thing. What is that? Huh. I'm sure that will be necessary for something. Let's grab that dude. I actually enjoy having it around. Now, Meowmere. That's a fun weapon. Where is that medicine cabinet at? If I recall correctly, it was right beside the sanitation clinic. Yes. So I need a boatload of wooden boards at the moment. No, I currently have... I need to grab one of the earth dog dudes to keep with me for a little bit. Because it looks like they're actually one of the better pals to have around. But which one? Yeah, I'm going to have to decrease my work capacity a little bit. Or my carrying capacity. Oh yeah, rearranged. In case you didn't know this, you can, in fact, do that. And it'll refresh the timers on a bunch of your stuff. Or at least it used to. Yeah, it still does. Okay. You know what? Let's just temporarily, just to get rid of this quickly. Swap. There we go. Nah. Might be worth it for now, but it's also not necessary for the moment, I don't think. I really need to get a flying mount so I can actually start going around and just picking up fast travel spots. Because I haven't done that yet. Yeah, well, whatever. Nails, eh? It's always nails. Now, let's see what we need to make a gun. High quality pal oil. I guess I need to get me a Demud, or do they still produce high quality pal oil? Let's see about pal spheres. I hate to do this just because it's going to eat up some resources, but we need a couple gigaspheres. Because I feel like we're going to have to go out adventuring to gather up a few supplies here in just a little bit. Yeah, base production is generally not the most exciting thing to watch in this game, but still useful. And in my opinion, it's one of the most fun aspects of the game in terms of things to actually play around with. That's also something you can kind of do as a little bit of a cheap trick to produce some gold making supplies if you need gold early on, is throw that stuff in there so you can go sell basic pal spheres. Okay, so we need wooden board, stone, and palladium fragments. Got it. Stone really should be in pretty decent production shape. We really don't need that anymore. Still need that one. Probably don't need the basic cloth outfit since we can swap between hot and cold. At least nails can be made pretty quickly. I need to sit down and come up with a list of objectives. Pretty sure I've got the cold resistant one on, don't I? So I probably need the heat resistant one. Yeah, I got cold resistant pelt on. So heat resistant would be not a bad investment. That way I could swap. I feel like I'm getting distracted. Stay focused. How many boards do I need? 10 boards. Do I have enough to make 10 now? Yes, just barely. The only real problem with the expedition station is the amount of room it takes up vertically and horizontally. It's just a gigantic structure. Alright, so now easier things to get: stone and palladium. Let's take a look at the cooking real quick, see how well it came along for everyone involved. Do we have decent supplies? Yeah, but we'll still split it. Oh, really? Where are they at? Might need to make me some arrows real fast. Okay, so that's a weird thing to not be able to make on that particular. Okay, so where are they at? I need to. I've got time to go get that.
What? Yeah. Oh.
I'm not too terribly worried about repelling an invasion. It actually might have some handy stuff to capture. Wonder where Bob the Builder is. Because he's supposed to be around here somewhere that I could pay him to skip the raid if I wanted to. Oh yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so he's just wandering around right there. Oh, you better brace yourself. Yeah, I wonder if I can make it just, go ahead and start. No? Okay, well. course, it's going to happen at nighttime. Wispaw. That's a newbie. We'll check it out in a minute. What is... Oh, come back here, buddy. Well, since we can't run out and collect ore at the moment, I guess we might as well do this. Then we'll wait for the invasion to be over and go about our merry business. Or actually probably end up having to hop off because, yet again, this was really supposed to just be to test and make sure I got everything set up properly for this morning. Because the next game I have lined up to do a video for is an incremental, which I enjoy, which is why I'm doing a video on it. But I know they're not everyone's cup of tea, so I don't expect that video is going to do super well. Still, had a fun time with the game. Yeah, we'll throw that in there too. And those.
Yep.
Alright, so what is invading? Syndicate scouting party. One thing that has generally been fun about this particular style base is that enemies tend to have a hard time figuring out how to get in. So, I'm curious if they fix that at all. Yeah, they still seem to be pretty dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't too bad. Oh, you get dot coins for that now. I wonder how many that means that I have. Because that's actually quite a nice reward. Oh, I've got enough fox sparks.
Yeah. Yeah. Wah. Oh.
Alright. And peaceful, because don't really need you going on a murder spree right now.
Yeah. Oh.
Awesome. I love that system. That's actually pretty cool, giving you rewards for actually capping out the number that you're supposed to capture for each.
What?
I mean, it was a fun thing to shoot for before, but there was no real motivation to do it.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, is it attacking now?
Yeah.
I mean, I could always use you for condensing into your friend later.
Yeah. Oh. Wah. Yeah. Yeah. Wah. Yeah. Oh.
We've got Clovey capped off. Just figured we'd take a look around while we're down here. Might as well. Herbal's good. Hold on. Anything we can get near the water. Oh, look, it's an Eiktherdeer. How many of those do we have?
Oh.
Got a whole bunch of basic pal spheres. There's no real reason to have to fight. I don't know that I've ever actually looked up here. At least in this playthrough.
Yoish. Oh. Yoish.
Hmm.
Huh. Hey. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Wah. Oh.
Uh-oh. Well. I wonder how long it takes for that wanted level to go away.
Oh. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. 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 Oh.
Or if it ever will.
Yeah.
Hmm. Oh, cool. It does eventually go away now. There's that
What?
Maserina.
Yeah. Wah.
My favorite pal. It's probably Astagon. I think he looks cool. He reminds me of some of the older Godzilla monsters. Yeah, let's just go back to the base. Yeah, for some reason, his just general shape kind of reminds me of Space Godzilla. And not to mention, once I picked him up, I kind of kept him in my party in the early access playthrough up until very, very late into it. Like when I was working on, oh, what's his name? The guy with Bastgor. For some reason, that dude gave me a lot of trouble, and so I ended up having to actually build a party specifically for him. At this point, I don't think he'll be as big of an issue as he was way back when. But yeah, no, I like Astagon. That's also the card set that I want to pick up whenever they release. Not going to play the game. I just want to collect some of the cards because I've really had a lot of fun with Palworld over the last hell, I don't know, however long it's been out. Because picked it up pretty early in its life cycle, and this is the only survival game that I've ever really been able to actually get into. Most of the time, they lose my interest very quickly. It's really half a dozen of one, six the other at the moment, but let's throw some work speed on since right now we're still doing a lot of manual labor. Alright, did we pick up enough? Still need some stone, but that's probably been at least somewhat taken care of at this point. I gotta actually think about storing things in the correct places for a little while. Until I get access to, what is it, that thing that lets you search your whole base? I can't remember the name of it. But it's a cool little feature for Palworld. Being able to look through all your storage across the whole base at one time and just pull things out. Comes in really handy for reorganizing some of your early game chaos. And 7 more, so. Then once we get the expedition station dropped, I'm probably going to have to hop off, because this was just to make sure everything's set up well for tonight. Hopefully. Usually when I plan to stream, something happens and don't really end out getting the time. Alright. Wide open spaces. Try to get this cornered away as much as possible because we're going to have to construct around it in the future. And we just throw a whole bunch of stuff at it and see what happens. Or, well, we could probably do better than what I've been selecting. Wonder how well that will work. Yeah, that seems to have worked pretty well. Alright. Spear assembly line and a power generator. Not terrible structures to have to make. The power generator is in infrastructure. Yeah. Okay, cool. I guess that'll be the goal for this evening. At least the starting goal. Alright, well, that will be it for the stream this morning. Have a few errands to run for the daytime, but hopefully we'll pull it back up and actually get to stream it some this evening. Thanks for stopping by and watching, and have a good day.